The Beyblade that I'm holding in my hand costs almost $200, except actually it's $2. For as long as Beyblade has been growing and prospering, there'll always be those who'll see an opportunity to try to make a cheaper product. In this, we'll be taking a look at the fake bays, calling it... no, wait, hold on. Is that the actual title? In this video, we'll be going over all the fake Beyblades I got, compare it to the original for obviously educational reasons, and honestly how scary some of the plagiarism that they're doing is. Like, have you seen these things? Before we continue, I should mention, this channel does not endorse counterfeit products. Please support the official release whenever you can, and I do understand that there are only people who can legitimately not afford real products, and sometimes fakes are the only thing that's possible that they can actually get. The goal of this video is not to make fun of anyone in that situation. It's simply just to show the differences and any potential dangers with these products so you can know what you're dealing with. So if you are new here and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. And on the topic of bays, Mall of Bays, what a segue. We have a big restocking in a lot of November stuff. And some of the October stuff. Listen, we import from Japan and we are Canadian based. It is an optional way to support the channel, and I appreciate any and all support regardless. The immediate thing I want to just put this right off at the start is the potential lead risk that these counterfeit Beyblades can have. Now, obviously, I don't know what every single counterfeit Beyblade is composed of, but I do think it's important to mention there is a potential health risk when you do have these counterfeit Beyblades. Yes, they do look similar to an original Beyblade, but you need to be careful. The other thing to mention, and don't forget this, is that this is not manufactured by the original company that are actually making these Beyblades. So for an example, there could be potential easier breakages, metal flying off, or plastic breaking a lot easier. That is why I'm saying to please not buy counterfeit products and try to support the official release. So the first one we'll be opening is actually going to be the Valkyrie Volt, and then after we'll take a look at the rest of them. So the obvious thing I want to mention is that when you're buying a Beyblade product, you'll be able to immediately recognize it by the brand. So for an example, for Hasbro, you'll see like, hey, this is the Hasbro Beyblade X, TT logo at the top, Hasbro logo at the bottom, package very recognizable. Or an official one, you know, it'll actually say Beyblade X on the box or Takara Tomi's logo on there. Now, for the actual bays, main thing you'll notice between the two of them is that the fake sticker, you'll see it right here, a lot more faded. This one obviously a lot more brighter, but you'll notice that they always want to say something like CX00. They'll never say Beyblade X on there. For an example, this other fake I'm holding right now, it'll say like Gyro War or whatever. That's like the thing I think they try to call it because they can't legally use Beyblade X. Some of the other things, like if you ignore the chip, yeah, this is a little bit scary when you look at them next to each other. So I just want to make sure you kind of understand the differences. I mean, like the other stuff, like even on Volt, it was like, whoa, wait. So they are using a different type of gold paint on there. But what's kind of scarier too is when you look at some of the other parts on here. So we'll show the weights afterwards in a second. Like the assist blades are a little bit scary to try to compare to each other, and we'll get to that in a second. But a big easy thing is you'll notice the type of screws that they use. So pretty much all of Beyblade X will have a tri-wing type of screw, and all the fakes pretty much use the exact same type of screw. Now, Beyblade X can also use a different type of screw. Like for an example, with bits or whatever, they will like rivet it in there. Fake bits, you'll see it's a different type of screw again. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. If I'm holding the two assist blades, I'm being for real, and I did do this mistake. I only could tell because I used up mine, but this is the counterfeit assist blade. It is, but this shit's scary. It's scary, and what's more scary is the fact that they're getting like faster at doing it. Like how? I don't know what resource they have or insider just to be able to do something like, okay, like some of these things are very easy to tell. Like the ratchets, like, okay, you can tell this one's like the piece of shit right here, because this is in no way similar to each other. Like someone did not get the memo on this. Okay, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, the other thing too, and I'll just show this, like fakes will vary in weight. Some of them will be like very absurdly light. Sometimes they might just be the same weight or maybe slightly heavier. It all varies. Like, listen, I can understand the temptation, but I will always say, please be careful and be safe. But listen, now for the rest of this video, we'll be exploring some of the other counterfeit Beyblades and taking a look at them. The next video we'll be taking a look at is pretty interesting because I was thinking, you wanna know what? For a drawn fake, this is actually not that bad of a design. And then I realized, oh, this is ripped off of a Twitter artist who did a DranRazor Beyblade, at least what it seems, trying to dig around for it. What I'm kind of perplexed by is, other than the fact that this guy's work was basically, I guess, robbed, something I will actually add is that it does seem that there are some modifications from the original design, although I don't know if the original person did modifications or if they did, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of nuts, to be honest. Can you imagine if you did like a 3D design of a Beyblade and then after some company just takes it? I mean, the actual shape and design is pretty, you know, it's pretty aggressive and all that stuff. It's probably pretty dangerous for Beyblade X to have a shape and design like that with metal being so agile and whatever. The other thing I do want to mention, what's funny is I was looking at the original design and it did actually have the plastic filled in on the bottom, but when they did all these modifications, they actually took away that aspect. So that's also why that for some reason this is like super light, and they're just trying to, I guess, be, I don't know, like, I guess as cheap as possible for what's already a cheaply produced Beyblade. The last thing to mention is this fake Beyblade comes with a modified version of the 4-sided ratchet. The contact points are more protruding outwards. Something interesting I thought just to mention, otherwise, I mean, yeah, we'll move on. This one's probably one of the funniest fakes that I've seen, where they basically make a bootleg of Drigger V2, but they try to basically make it compatible with the Beyblade X system, which I do have to give them bonus points for trying to be innovative, I guess. I mean, some of the parts, you know, nothing's really new here. Most of these fakes are just gonna kind of repeat the same thing. But what I found really funny about this fake, more than anything, is that this is what I would consider, in my personal opinion, a ripoff of Illinook's logo. Now, for those of you who want some context, in case you don't know, Illinook is a well-established Baytuber, and the N logo is kind of like that thing, you know, that is pretty obviously mocked on here, I guess. I mean, they've got the gradient, they kind of made it thinner. It's a very weird choice for a Bay either way, because why does it just have the words agile plastered over everywhere and in like really low quality text? I mean, either way, I don't know. I mean, I guess this release did give me like a chuckle, you know, like it's kind of just this very odd. I mean, to be fair, they also tried to do other letters like Y and I think other stuff. So this is basically like picking your Pokemon game with Beyblades. Moving on to our next one, we're taking a look at a unicorn Beyblade that is quite weird. So this has a unicorn motif that looks, you know, I guess that's a unicorn, sure. Has some weird armor placement on it. What's funny about this is that, one, you know, the lock chips are pretty scary close to each other. And this is a retooling of Pegasus Blast. You know, they changed the plastic horns and everything. But what was really surprising when comparing the both of them was I was trying to figure out, did they change anything? And the main thing that they changed was they did take out sections of metal in the design and actually did hollow it, which was kind of funny. But I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes it's fun to see what changes that they did. I mean, I do like the idea of them changing the plastic to make it unique. You know, that's like a cool choice that they did. Following this, we have what appears to be a hawk Beyblade. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it's an eagle motif. So yeah, I mean, as the wing pushed out, it's a very blocky design that they gave to it, which they gave no plastic to this thing for whatever the reason is. I mean, it doesn't come with any other interesting parts. So again, let's move on. Next up on what we'll be opening, I found a really weird looking Wolf CX Beyblade. Now this is supposed to be a counterfeit retooling of the original Wizard arc. The plastic, obviously they changed it up. The motif design looks very odd to me. I don't want to say it's AI because I can't prove it, but definitely looks a bit sus is all I'm going to be saying. I also noticed, very funny, that pretty much all these CX retools that I got are just reusing the slash assist blade. They haven't done anything. It's just a slash assist blade. I'm just like, okay. The only other interesting part of information I wanted to mention with the counterfeit product is that it actually does feature a variant of, I guess, the one side thing where it's a lot more blocky. It honestly looks like a mix of like the one side and the 4-side ratchet. So, I mean, hey, it's a variation on it. Okay. Now our last one, which I thought this one just looked very silly, is actually a snake Beyblade. The snake motif at least looks like this represents something that would be from Beyblade X. They did reuse the unicorn plastic, which I thought thought was lame. They gave it a green metal coat, which I thought, okay, you know, that's something that I think that's at least interesting. Obviously, it's still going to be very much light. It's still hollowed. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just wanted something else to also add and compare when I'm going to be talking about this stuff. You know, I just thought like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, do something else with it. Yeah. So I'm joined here by the legendary and talented blader that is my mother. Okay, we have all these bays here set up. None of the battles actually matter. Just doing this for fun. Okay, you get to pick anything from this pile. I already tell you, this one right here is the biggest piece of shit because it's not okay. Yeah, you get to pick whatever I use because it doesn't matter. Okay.
Oh, wait. I'll give you this one.
Okay, so let's reveal. What do we got? We got here Eagle versus, I don't know, Agile, I guess we'll call it. Or 3, 2, 1, rip.
And then first, are you coming out? No,
it's first to 4. 3, 2, 1, rip. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Oh
wow.
My God.
Rip. Okay, how's this gonna go? Why did they torture this poor bay to be made just to be killed?
I win.
Fuck. Okay, let's get the next. Oh shit, we got here probably the dangerous one that you're gonna be using. So be careful with your fingers, not to get hit by it.
Okay.
It's pretty sharp. Oh shit, it's going wild! Yo! It's pretty aggressive. Let's see how it goes. It's going wild! There's a massive hit. I guess because also it's so light, you can't do anything. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna have our next 2 here. It's gonna be Snake versus Wolf, and the winner is gonna battle the fake Valkyrie Bolt. I don't know. Hope this is actually interesting and not boring.
Oh, you won.
The wolf wins. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So if I lose at all, then you would have won more than me, and you look at to decide if you want to use the same bay you won with or the bolts. Okay, so do you want to wait? So do you want to use the green? Okay, I wasn't even in focus. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
On grip. All right, next round. You are tilting like crazy. The snake is doing nuts right now against that bolt. The bolt's really bad right now. The bolt's garbage. 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks so much for your hard work.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, yeah, it's really crazy to see what new stuff that they're actually doing. Again, please be safe and try to support the official release, and that's going to be kind of it. So I want to say thank you for watching. That's pretty much going to be it for this video, and yeah, take care and bye.